Alright, what's going on, guys? FaZe Censor here. Hope you all are having a great day. I haven't said something like this in a long time. This is a story that happened in my life 9 years ago that changed the way I thought about females forever. I was 12 years old, and if you guys didn't know by the title, I'm going to be talking about the first time that I masturbated. And I just want to put a disclaimer out there that I made a video talking about my first time losing my virginity back on my channel like a year and a half ago when I first made a YouTube video. It's the most popular video on my channel, and it was mainly because it was just an honest story that was 100% true. And I want to keep this story as true as I possibly can, because I remember the first time I said this story was back when I was in Florida a couple months ago with the FaZe guys. We're all hanging out by a TV, and for some reason the conversation of masturbation came up, and I ended up telling everyone my first time jerking off, and it was, you know, something that they thought were really funny. I said I wanted to talk about it in a video, but I wanted to make sure that if I was going to make this into a video, that I can make it appropriate for anyone who's going to be watching this, because I don't want to, you know, make anyone think the wrong thing about me. Because at the end of the day, every single guy out there in the world is definitely going to masturbate in their lifetime, and if they don't, then, you know, you're missing out, because it's one of the greatest feelings you're ever gonna get. And I didn't know anything about it when I was younger. I remember in 5th grade and 6th grade, that's all everybody was talking about this girl, and talking about masturbation, and talking about how girls were getting bigger breasts. Because when you're in 5th grade, you're 11 years old, you're 10 years old. When you get into 6th grade, you're 12 years old. That's around the time where everyone starts going through puberty. That's when you start getting taller. You maybe start growing a little bit of facial hair. Your voice, gets a little bit deeper. Everything starts changing for you at that time. You're not like a little kid anymore. You start growing up into a young adult. So for me, I was still a little kid. I still haven't went through puberty. I still haven't experienced anything in this world. At that time, it was just Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Zelda, and Mario games, and that was basically it. But I will never forget, every single day on the bus in 5th grade, every single guy would talk about is just masturbation and jerking off and all these things that I didn't even know what the term jerking off was. I didn't even know what the term masturbation even meant. But I remember I watched a movie, it was like a scary movie, like the parodies of them, and in one of the scenes, a guy like had sex with a girl. He like jerked off or something in like this freezer place, and he blew the girl up against the wall, and it like cut to the next scene. And I thought masturbation was like a violent act or something, and I didn't know what it meant. So I ended up asking my mom about sex, and the first thing I said to her was, "Mom, do you have sex with my stepdad or your husband?" And she was like, "How dare you say something like that? That's terrible. Don't talk about things like that." And at the time, in my head, I honestly thought that sex meant just kissing. And I'll never forget, like, the day that I walked out of my house going into the car asking my mom the question, I thought it meant just kissing. So I didn't have any experience with it at all. And keep in mind, this is 9 years ago, guys. Everything is so much different today, so just keep that in your head. This is when I was 12 years old. I remember I had my first girlfriend. I talked about this in my virginity video. My first girlfriend, her name was Michelle. I ended up taking her for my best friend who was gay. I also mentioned that in my last video. He got me into Call of Duty, so a lot of the things that I have today is because of him. I didn't start playing COD until I met him, and he was like my best friend for the longest time, and he would get all of the girls growing up in middle school, and I didn't get any girls, and I didn't understand it because he could talk to girls like nothing, and I couldn't talk to a girl to save my life. I didn't know what to say or how to make them laugh or anything, and he ended up dating this girl named Michelle. They ended up breaking up a few months later. I ended up asking her out for some reason. She ended up being my girlfriend, and then she was my second kiss. I'll never forget. I kissed her, and then I thought that since I was in a relationship with her, I had to uphold myself as the boyfriend to masturbate to pictures of my girlfriend. So what would I do? I would go to MySpace. If you guys don't know, MySpace was like the Facebook from back in the day. There was no Facebook, there was no Twitter, there was no Instagram, there was no Snapchat. It was just strictly MySpace, and that was it. So if you were like the top 4 on someone's MySpace page, you were cool. So my girlfriend had me as like her number 2 at the time, because her best friend went in front of her boyfriend, which I respected, so it was okay. But I went to her profile page, and this is where things get a little bit weird, guys. This is when everything changed. So back in the day, if you had a MySpace page, you were able to have a song playing on your page. So I had like some sort of a Green Day song. I think I had Boulevard of Broken Dreams, if you guys know that song back in the day. That was the song that I had on my page. For my girlfriend Michelle, she had a song called Rihanna. It was called Umbrella by Rihanna. So it went something like, "You could stay under my umbrella, Ella, Ella, If you guys like are the same age as me, you definitely know what this song is. If you guys are younger, I apologize. You might want to just like go YouTube it now just to get a better idea of where I'm going with this. So she had all these pictures on her profile, like at least 20 pictures on her page with her just sticking her boobs out like this and sticking her butt out in the back like that. because that's what she did. Like, she was known for that. She always took those types of pictures. She went through puberty before a bunch of other girls her age. She had really large boobs for her age. Like, she was the only 12-year-old girl with like a size C boobs. Like, she was ridiculously ahead in puberty from all the other girls, and that was my girlfriend at the time. And I keep saying that just because I'm in a relationship now, and I don't want to see comments about Yannette or anything like that, because that has nothing to do with this. This is 9 years ago. Like I said, I'm just going to say it again. 9 years ago, guys. Get anything from present day out of your head. This is before I even knew anything about life. This is my girlfriend at the time. She took all these pictures of their boobs, and that's what I loved. Like, I love boobies. I love boobs, and I started going through puberty, and I realized, oh my god, boobs are nice. These things are cool. And she took so many pictures with boobs, and she's my girlfriend, and I figured I need to masturbate to pictures of my girlfriend because she's my girlfriend, I'm her boyfriend, this is what I need to be doing. I don't know why I thought that in my head, but I did. And I clicked her MySpace page, the Rihanna song Umbrella starts playing. Now that it's raining more than ever, know that we'll still have each other. You could stand under my umbrella. You could stand under my umbrella. Ella, Ella, I'll never forget it, because the first time I masturbated, I clicked the page, I clicked the profile picture, that song's playing in the background, I start jerking off, I start doing my thing, and you know, that song's going on, and I'm still sitting there, and you know, I'm a young kid, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just thinking to myself, man, is this working? Am I doing this right? I don't know, I don't feel anything. I'm sitting here, I'm just wasting time at this point. Maybe I should do this for 5 more minutes. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure what I should do. So I just keep doing it. And that song, for some reason, was like triggering something in my head for me to just like, it was like a repetition thing. So I ended up, after the song finished, I would refresh the page so that the song would play again. So there we go again. The song's playing. You can stand under my umbrella. Ella, Ella, and keep in mind it goes Ella, and then the second I hear the Ella, Ella, the second I hear the I go boom, just like that, and I'll never forget it. The way I explained this to the guys on FaZe, you know, the way I explained it, I just had everyone just dying, like hysterical in laughter, because I'm just confused. I'm this 12-year-old kid who doesn't know what I'm doing, and I just think that I have this obligation to do this. So I'm just sitting there doing this for like 15 minutes, not knowing anything, just refreshing the page, keep on constantly listening to the song, and the second I hear Ella, boom, just like that. That's exactly how it went. And when that did happen, when I finished, it was the best feeling I've ever felt in my entire life at the time. And I know any guy out there that, you know, if you do remember your first time masturbating, you can definitely relate to something like this. It was like the best thing. I was in like heaven for like a good 20 minutes, and I was like, oh my god, I definitely am missing out on life. Like, this is an awesome thing. And now at this day, it's, you know, I still look back at this story, and I'm not embarrassed by it, but I wanted to put this on my channel for a while now. I wanted to make this into a video similar to my virginity video, just because I don't really talk about sexual experiences that much, because for the most part I don't like to put my channel around those things. But I do have a lot of really funny stories from my childhood, really funny stories from growing up. You know, I was a kid who didn't do anything but play Call of Duty, so I was pretty sheltered once I got into high school. But I have some hilarious stories from back in the day, and I feel that I've made this reputation for myself in the community, and for my own personal brand, to just be like very professional and mature, and to take the high road with things. But I feel like sometimes some of these stories that I have from back in the day are inappropriate, and maybe you guys won't like that, or maybe, you know, someone that I work with isn't going to like one of these stories that I say. But at the end of the day, you know, this is honestly 100% the truth. This is something every single guy in their life is going to go through, and I'm sure a lot of people that do watch this can relate to this. So I want to keep these stories as honest and, you know, telling as I possibly can, but at the same time also keep it PG, because I know that I have a lot of younger people out there that are watching my videos, that are looking up to me and the things that I say. So if there's anything you guys could get from a story like this, just take it with a grain of salt. It's just something that I look back at, that Ella, boom. I just think about it all the time, and it's just so funny to me, and I'm like sitting here blushing and cracking up right now, just telling this story, because, you know, it's just I'm a little bit embarrassed because it's been a while since I've done something like this. The last time I made one of these videos was back when I didn't really have any subscribers. I didn't think about anything, but now I feel that I have more of a reputation to uphold to myself. And sometimes I feel that I take myself too serious, and every now and then I want to make these types of videos just to let go and really tell you guys about the person that I was back in the day. So that's my first time. That's the first time I've masturbated. So that's basically where it's gonna end off. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. If you did, drop a thumbs up on the video. Let me know if you have any similar stories you guys want to share below. I greatly appreciate it. I'll read all the comments. And yeah, it's been your boy Doug Censor Martin, and I'm out, guys. Peace.